Hey everybody, SG here, and welcome to a little bit of a different video on the channel. This video is going to be different because it is not on any of the topics we usually discuss. It's not a video game, it's not a food review, it's not something talking about the channel, nor my life, or anything else. This video is on somebody else that is very close to me, but also close to you guys in a certain extent because you guys have heard about him a lot. If you read the title of the video and saw the thumbnail, you probably can have, especially from the title, you can guess who I'm talking about with very good certainty. Today we're talking about my grandpa, Papa GG. And for a lot of you guys, you know him as Papa GG. I know him as my grandpa, or I call him Papa. But the name Papa GG, just for a little bit of a historical background, wasn't a nickname I gave him for like internet's sake and such. It was actually the nickname you guys gave him. Specifically, King Confidence, Assault Moon, and Supreme. 3 OGs that have been watching the channel since early 2020. In today's video, I am going to give you guys a little update on what's been going on recently. Hopefully in a very quick way. I've tried to record this video a few times, and each time I go way over the amount I actually want to talk. And I just talk for way too long, even though I'm not even divulging 50% into what's actually been going on. So today I'm going to try to keep this video under 15 minutes. Maybe 15, but definitely under 20. So without further ado, let's get into what's going on. So as you guys know, my grandpa has Alzheimer's. My grandpa also lived with my family and I. And with that, there were some certain problems that did occur, especially with the Alzheimer's. And one of those major problems is, as you all know, Alzheimer's is a disease that it kills the brain. It slowly rots the brain. It slowly rots the brain away. And so if you do a study of the brain in any way, there is a lot that goes into it. Let's take the brainstem. There's a part of the brainstem which the brainstem connects the brain to the spine. There's a part of the brainstem that is called the pons, if I'm completely correct. The pons are what conducts and kind of controls blinking, tear production, and most importantly, balance. This will be pivotal of understanding this key part of the brain, or the brainstem. It is key to understand that this part of the brain does this specific task to kind of get an understanding on the events that unfold in this video. So if you guys remember, back in August, I believe August 18th or 19th, I put a prayer request in the Discord. It was the 19th, in which I was asking for prayer for my grandpa because he had fallen while getting back to his bed. I presume he was going to the bathroom, walked back, sat down on his bed, but he didn't sit down properly. He swung his feet up and fell and hit his head. Now, if you go back to the Discord, you will see that within 4 or 5 hours, the entire situation was rectified and we were home. Pretty much, he cut open his head, the wound was closed, and he was sent home. That's pretty much all you guys know on the topic. And so, with that, we now come to what you guys don't know. So after the event of him hitting his head, he began to sleep a lot more. He began to get a lot more tired. It didn't really affect his appetite at first, but he was very, very tired. And this made him sleep a lot more. Now that's granted when I say he's more tired, but he would sleep like 13 hours and then he would wake up. He you would get him dressed and such, bring him upstairs, and before he could have anything to eat, he was back sleeping on the couch. So this went on for about a week. After a week, I think a week and 1 day, literally, he fell again. This time would prove to be the worst one of the two. He fell, probably going to the bathroom once again, because he doesn't turn on any lights. He just thinks he can walk around, but it's the Alzheimer's. And let's go back to the balance. He must have been walking around his bed and fallen backwards. He fell backwards and hit his back, especially, majorly the lower lumbar area of the spine. This caused a compression fracture in his lower spine. This was not caught for a few days, even after he was taken to the hospital. It was first thought to be but a bruise, maybe a little bit of damage down there, maybe to some of the bones in the upper part of his lower part of the back. I forget the tailbone. That's it, the tailbone. But the entire time, my dad was really saying that, hey, this could be a fracture, this could be something, right? Because my dad's worked his entire life, he's played sports his entire life, he's seen a fair amount of back injuries, he's had a few back injuries, and so, when you have experience, knowledge, and wisdom, you can sometimes see things as well. But the doctors were adamant that there was nothing wrong. Well, as I had just finished saying, there was something wrong. He had a compression fracture. This was because the reason they had ruled out a fracture or a break beforehand was because they had only done a back scan. I presume the back scan was based on the upper area of his spine to his shoulders. So from the middle range of his spine, right before the torso, upwards to his shoulders and maybe lower neck. Once they decided to do a full body CT scan and X-ray, they discovered that there were, and I would still say right now are, 3 compression fractures. Those are somewhat healing. For complete clarity, I would like to also let you all know that all of the information I'm giving you today is in chronological order, but we found out this information over the span of close to 3 weeks, so a good amount of time. So from then on, he was put on regular medication and was kind of kept as comfortable as possible, without too much intervention. He's 90, so he fought with his nurses, over medication and food and all this stuff, and he slowly began to not eat and drink. And even to today, he is not eating nor drinking. And if you know what happens when someone stops eating and or drinking, especially at his age, there are a few issues that can come up, especially if you have Alzheimer's. And that is the brain, which is already deteriorating, can forget to swallow, and with no nutrients going into the body, the bones become more brittle. Skipping forward a little bit, and I say good as more so like when someone uses the term as in like something great or just a lot of something, right? But after a lot of decreasing in the health as well, we got a call yesterday. I'm recording this and it's going to be uploaded on the 28th of September. But on the 27th of September, we got a call saying that my grandpa had fallen again. He had fallen again. This time, he had fallen and broken his hip. At first, they were thinking it was a very bad fracture, but after looking at the x-rays and going over everything, we have found that yes, it is a break. and he also hit his head at the same time. I believe there was no padding or anything around him. Also, going back to the issue of the spine, I believe, for anyone that is wondering, was he immobilized? Was his back set? No, they just let him, because of the fracture that it was, and the fractures that he had, they decided not to immobilize him or anything, right? They decided to just let it heal and just give him pain meds and such. At the same time, they also found 2 bleeds in his brain, and with there being 2 bleeds in the brain, that it just quickens to extents that you, oh man, that you just can't comprehend. It's sad. And so that's why in this video you're not going to see any pictures of my grandpa in the current state that he is in. I'm not going to post pictures of him in the current state that he's in. I have pictures of him in the hospital. I have pictures of him when he's awake, but those are not getting posted. For anyone that is new to the video or that's been watching the channel for a while, this is a picture of him from one of my streams back in 2020. Sadly, I have to tell you, he does not look like this today. Even when he was at the home, walking around, eating, and all that stuff, he did not look like this back like just a few months ago. But even compared to a few months ago, he looks healthy compared to what he looks like right now. But that's a picture of him from 2020 from one of the streams. You can go to my Twitch, you can see, you can find that clip, and I believe it's called like Bit King or something like that. I don't know, but it's on my Twitch, so it's public. It's public, and that's why I'll put that picture of him up there. But yeah, no pictures of him out of respect for him and also privacy as well. There's a lot of stuff that does not need to go out onto the internet. So right now, he is currently in a queue for surgery on his hip. They will not, under any circumstance, do surgery on his brain because of his health right now and his age, and with what is truly going on, especially with the Alzheimer's, a brain surgery would kill him. The doctor said that straight out to us. A brain surgery would kill him. But they are going to do a hip surgery. Now, if any complications arise from that, it's honestly in God's hands. And that honestly brings me to the final little portion of this video, and that is the side of understanding that he is dying. And this is what I want to bring out to you guys as well, to keep him in your prayers, and especially for those like Asant Moon, one of the guys that watches my Twitch stream, you guys that come into the channel and ask how he's doing and tell me you're praying for him, praying for my family, because I've been open with my grandpa's mental issues in the past. I just say keep praying for him, but he is dying, and his days are numbered, because there's not much you can do for the bleed in the brain, and the bleed in the brain, coupled with his Alzheimer's, and the fact that he has been taken out, with him not being at home, he's been taken out of his element, he's not eating. It could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months. He could rebound, for all we know, right? But it is truly in the Lord's hands right now. And so I just ask for your prayers. And if you're wondering why I don't sound like really distraught and sad and on the verge of tears, it's because I know that he's in the Lord's hands. I'll explain it to you this way: the death of a Christian, because I believe my grandpa's a Christian. I believe he is. I believe he's trusted in the Lord Jesus Christ for his salvation. As a Christian, dying is like being picked up by your mom or your dad, but let's take it spiritually. It's like being picked up by your dad from the playground after a day of school or daycare. Your time in the park with your friends and the bullies, your time with scraping your knees and falling down, your time with the sports, your time with, you know, all the play and the fun and the toys and, you know, the sand pit and all the good things and all the sad things. It's over. But now it's time to come home. Now it's time to go to your nice warm bed. Now it's time to play with your real toys in your real home with your loving family and brothers and sisters, where you know you are protected and that your dad is always there with you and that no person can touch you and hurt you there. That's what it's like. That's what death is like for the Christian. It's like going home after a long day out in the world and society. That's why it's not that scary, and it's not something we should fear. It's still sad, and it really is sad, and I could be annoyed and yelling about the healthcare system because there has been a lot of stuff with this entire situation that has just blown my mind. I'm sorry. But I also understand that the Lord is in control. And with that being said, I think I will leave it to God. I pray for your prayers, and I thank you for your prayers if you are praying for them. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I know it was a sadder one, but I just wanted to get this one out to you guys. I'm way over the time, but at the same time, I said I'd try to be under 20 minutes, and it's 17:13 right now. So thank you so much for watching. Lord willing, I'll see you in the next one. But as always, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your mind, take care of your body, take care of your soul. Eat healthy, live healthy, work healthy, think healthy, be healthy. And think about your soul. All day, every day. When we think about death, we learn to number our days and know that we are but mortal. So search and seek things that are immortal. And you can only find those things in Christ. The pure things and the good things. I thank you for watching this video, guys. Lord willing, I'll see you in the next one. Not sure what I'll be talking about, but I still want to keep privacy with this entire situation to an extent. And so I'll update you if anything else monumental happens. But the next video will quite possibly be back to, let's say, business as usual. Yeah. Thank you for your time, though. And I'll see you in the next one. And as always, have fun, but be safe. And have peace. I am out.